Well, hi, my name's Daniel Roy, and I'm super excited to announce the launch of my very first deck of custom playing cards. Literally, the Daniel Roy playing cards. Now, these cards have a few very exciting features. So first, just for magicians, a pair of identical jokers, which we magicians tend to like. Then there is also a blank-faced card, which again, magicians tend to like. And lastly, a card, well, I don't want to show the whole face of this card because there's a QR code on it, but it has the description of a magic trick on it and a QR code that will then take you to a secret website page where I will teach you exactly how to do that magic trick. So you're getting a free magic trick with your purchase of the deck of cards. Now, in terms of the faces, they have a custom ace of spades, which looks like a hand palming a card. And the rest of the faces are the classic United States playing card company faces that you know and love from cards like Bicycle or Tally Ho. And speaking of the US Playing Card Company, these were all printed by the US Playing Card Company. So it's the highest quality stock and the highest quality cut of the card, so they faro and shuffle super well. The back design is a bunch of tessellated icons. And these icons represent my YouTube studio, because this is literally subtitled The Studio Deck, and also my work as a magician in general. You'll notice things like a camera or a microphone that are relevant, of course, to recording YouTube videos. But the lamp on my left is represented by this lamp here. Of course, there's a plant over here, and you can see a plant in the back design as well right here. And then there's some more classic magic things like cups and balls or playing cards. You'll see a little 10 referencing my 10 levels of sleight of hand videos. A wine bottle like that one over there makes an appearance here and here. And you'll see some glasses in the middle of the card that look a lot like these glasses. Although if you're a magician and you look super closely at those glasses, you might notice something that you can use in some of your magic tricks. Now, the cards also reference my background in neuroscience. I studied neuroscience in college at the University of Pennsylvania. So these have a brain and, of course, a synapse, and you can see some of the neurotransmitters actually going across the synapse right there. There's also a neuron with a cell body and the axon as well. Sort of a caricature of a neuron, but you get the idea. Now, when I was on the Penn and Teller Fool Us show, I did a trick involving the 5 senses, and if you look closely, you can probably find a reference to each of those senses on the back of the cards. So these cards really tell the story of my journey and career so far as a professional magician, both on the side of professional performances and also on the side of YouTube. Now, in terms of the tuck box, if you look closely, you'll notice that same hand palming a card design on the front. And on the back side of the tuck box, we've just duplicated the back design of playing cards, as you always do. But on the sides, there are some bookshelves here and here, which reference, of course, the bookshelves right behind me in my studio, and some cool little icons up at the top. So they're just some other little Easter eggs to look for on the tuck box. Now, the art was designed by this amazing artist from Portugal named Momo, who I worked with very closely to do all of the concept designs, and he did these wonderful illustrations that make up all of the pieces of the back design here, and I've linked his work below this video. But I would be remiss in my duties as a magician if I did not break these cards in by doing a card trick. So if I give the cards a shuffle and spread them out, you'll see because of the tessellated back design, they make these really cool shapes and patterns when you shuffle them together. Now, why don't we use the coolest card in the deck by far, which of course is going to be the ace of spades that has that hand palming a card design on it. I'll cut that card down into the deck so no one knows exactly where it is. And I'm going to give these cards a bit of a strange shuffle. So I'll turn half face up and I'll leave the other half face down. And I will shuffle the two halves together like this, face up into face down. So you can see how those cards really are being interlaced face up into face down, and this leaves us with a mess of cards that face every which way, face up and face down. We even have cards like these that are back to back. But watch closely, because if I give these cards a flick, I can make them all turn the right way except for that one card, that ace of spades. So here goes. If I give the cards a flick, they've all turned the right way except for one. That's actually it's 4 cards there. Well, thankfully, those 4 cards are all 4 aces. And this custom deck of cards is now for sale on my website. Now, we have only 1,000 decks available for shipment, and once they're gone, we're gone. We're not going to reprint these, so you may want to act quickly and get one for yourself before they sell out. Also, I am running a sale, so if you use the code that's on screen here or that's below the video, you can get a discount if you just apply that to your cart at checkout. And I think because I'm a magician, I'm obligated to say something very, very corny. It's part of the job description, really. So make sure to get your cards before they disappear. That was an awful pun. I am terribly sorry you had to hear that. Anyway, cards are for sale. Yay!